Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 24th of January. Reading Matthew chapter 24, Jesus is in the temple, and as he leaves, the disciples draw his attention to the magnificent building and the great stones. And he says to them, I tell you, not one stone will be left on another here. They will all be torn down. And a little later, the disciples come to him and they ask him, when will this happen? And his response is, watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name claiming I am the Messiah, and they will deceive many. And he says there's going to be all sorts of signs and stories and rumors, but don't believe it. And then he goes on to talk about the second coming when he will return. And he leaves it fairly vague. He says it's going to happen and it's going to be glorious, and the Son of Man will come and the angels will come with him and everyone will know that he's coming. But then in verse 36 he says, but about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. So saying this is a fact which hasn't been made known yet. It raises questions about the Godhead, whether the Son would know if he's fully God. I suspect it means that as a human, as the Son of God in incarnate form on earth, he doesn't know that fact. When he gets to heaven after the ascension, it'll all be clear and he'll know exactly when he's going to come back. But the disciples can't know because no one else knows. And in verse 42, he points out, he says, therefore, keep watch, because you do not know on what day or hour your Lord will come. He says the point is not to know when it's going to happen, but be ready for it to happen. A few verses later, he continues, so you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. And so he's saying to the disciples, the exact time doesn't matter. Be ready. Now, I'm fairly sure that the disciples were wanting a specific date and on which to expect it. And had the Lord said, well, in 3,247 years on the 3rd of Nisan, I will come back, that would have, write it down, make a note. But he doesn't do that. He probably could have if he'd wanted to, but that's not what it's about. And he says that the time doesn't matter, the preparedness does. Be ready today. So if it happens today, you're ready. If it happens in a week's time, you're ready. If it happens in 1,000 years, the people then will hopefully be ready, because you'll have been taken to glory by that stage. And so for us, that's a challenge. We need to be ready. But there's a second challenge. As I read that, I thought, there's so many things that we want a clear answer from Jesus. We want the date and the time. We want the specifics. And he doesn't often answer in that way. And people say, Lord, why am I suffering like this? Why did this happen? Why did you take that person so young or leave them for so long when they had nothing to live for? Lord, why is this happening? And so often he doesn't give a specific answer. He just says, I'm the good shepherd. I love you more than you'll ever know. Hold on to the truths and live with the inexplicable. Live with the mystery, and don't worry about it. Don't get caught up in it, but focus on what I have told you. Hold on to that, because that's where the strength is. So I believe for us, that's a great encouragement, a challenge, and a strength. Be blessed.